I am going to spoil it right out of the chute. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here in a PowerPoint. Essentially, I'm going to show you that we can build these kind of pages in a matter of minutes. It's an upcoming web page. What in particular is unique about it is that this calendar data, the particular calendar data, is inserted onto this page using a get command, our APIs, and it gathers all upcoming events in a chronological order and stuffs them in this page. And then we embed this crazy little thing called the get the invite. So under the get the invite is essentially an API that gathers the email address from somebody here at top. In this example, Zach@techvader.com, puts in his email. He clicks the get command here, get the calendar invites. And then those calendar invites are sent to Zach, and then we track that data on the back end. The big question we always get is, hey, it's great that you guys can do that, but what if something changes that I need to change on the particular calendar invite data, or I want to send a promotion? So that use case is Zach's already got them, and the organizer wants to update Zach's calendar data downstream. So what we have to do through this journey path is to go back to the AWS Calendar server and how we do change data management, change data capture, CDC, on how this product works out in the wild. So that said, let me get into it, and let's just go live demo. So live demo is I have 17 calendar events up on Mandy's page, Mandy@techvader.com, which we manage at TechVader. It's one of our many test demo accounts here for the AWS Calendar Invite server. And so I'm going to go to the second one here. I've already sent this calendar data to the AWS Calendar Invite server. How did I do that? I used this simple create command, create@calendarsnack.com. So when I did that, this data automagically shows up here in this dashboard. So if I go to view events, I go to upcoming for Amanda. So Amanda has two pieces of software running here. One is her Google Calendar client. One is a Calendar Snack over here. It maintains the state of the interface talking to the AWS Calendar Invite server as an app called Calendar Snack. That's all you need to know. I have 17 events in here. These 17 events map to these 17 events because I've used a simple command, create@calendarsnack.com. So what happens here on ingest, if I go up through all my props here, if I show you one of my prop slides here, we'll just go to this one. I'll make it a little bigger. So what's going on here is under the first calendar invite send, create@calendarsnack.com, we ingest that data on a AWS SES mailbox. That mailbox could be your mailbox. What you need to know behind that is a whole bunch of programming and software that we've built on top of the AWS stack. Simply for today, though, what I'm going to show you is that these created calendar snacks, if you will, came off Mandy's calendar. They went in and got ingested, and then we are just working in the demo space of how the calendar invite is disassembled under new, update, or cancel, and it sits in the storage layer here. So it basically hits a ETL, which is extract, transform, and load of the calendar invite information from the mailbox. Then we store it in S3, and then we disassemble it using some lambdas to actually get it into DynamoDB. So enough of that. And what I'm going to show you back here is our ability to change that data. So how do we do that? Well, it's real simple. Because this create command, create@calendarsnack.com, it's already gone to our mailbox. So the data is actually in there and ready for any changes. What does that mean? Well, let me just show you. So I'll go to the second one here. You'll see that the second one here is for the 14th. I'm going to go here to the 14th, and you'll see that I am right. Arizona Cardinals versus Carolina Panthers. It's the same data in the calendar invite server over here. And when I go to change this data set over here, because it was already mapped using create@calendarsnack.com, it's already in the AWS Calendar Invite server database over here. I'm going to say over here, stop by booth 24. So before I do that, let me show you over here that this page is up and running. Let me go to the 14th and show you that there's no please stop by booth 24 over here. It's for the same game. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to save this here in a client. It's going to go back through, and under a change data capture, it's going to gather this information, the change differential, the data that's in this calendar invite over here. I'm going to hit save. It's going to push it to the server. What's going to happen here is an update will occur. It's going to hit this email box, create@calendarsnack.com. We're going to disassemble it. We're going to basically transform it, load it into S3. And S3, we're going to further disassemble it into calendar invite components, and we're going to store it here. So when we store it here, these web pages or the interfaces that talk to our APIs will be automatically updated. So that means if you close this, and I show you again, no trickery, I'm just going to refresh this page here, and it's going to refresh 14th. You see it there. And then it says stop by booth 24. So if I go back to here, I say get into this data set, and you'll see it says stop by booth 24. And if I say, if you do, you will get a free beer. So if I do that again under change data capture, that'll be change number 2. So the first one was we created it. The second one was I added stop by booth 24. And the adjustment here on essentially the third one is if you stop by the booth 24, what will you get? You'll get a free beer. So again, demo purposes aside and silliness aside, this is how we capture data at scale. So again, you'll see that no trickery here. Stop by booth 24 over here in the display. I'll close this, go back, refresh the page, and you shall see that the data is the same over here. Refresh, hits the API, and then it refreshes over here. So conceptually, what would happen is anybody downstream that had these calendar invites, let's go back to that. Anybody downstream that has actually received a calendar invite from a landing page, upcoming landing page, put their email in it, clicked a calendar, get the calendar invite, they're sent the calendar invite here. Anytime the organizer outside this AWS infrastructure is talking to an app via our APIs, something changes up here, we refresh the data set, we store it as I showed you, and then anytime our APIs are hit to gather data in the applications themselves, or downstream people that actually hold the calendar invites themselves have been sent by the AWS Calendar Invite service, that data is changed. And at that time, we call on a calendar invite receipt to be collected. So that means that in your AWS calendar invite server, we actually listen for calendar invite receipts to come back to a listener, and then that data is plumbed back up into the calendar invite UID, RSVP, data collection service through a series of lambdas, and we store that so you can view it in something called the AWS console. That console is right here, and that data lives back here on our previous page. And if I go to the 17, you'll see that the data here is resident here, and that's because we can gather it via APIs over here. Thanks for stopping by.